Hello and welcome to Storytime with Shivani. Today we are reading The Colourful Parrot, which is a short story from The Boy Who Wouldn't Bathe and Other Stories written by Shivani Adib. That's me. In today's story, there's a riddle. A rich merchant journeyed to a neighboring town on business. His work done, he visited the local market to buy presents for his family. He picked up clothes and toys for his children and was wondering what to get for his wife when he saw a man surrounded by birds in cages. The merchant went to have a look and was at once struck by a many-colored parrot sitting alone in one corner of a cage, while its fellow prisoners stood in a cluster at the other end. "How is this parrot so colorful, and why is it sitting alone?" he asked the bird seller, looking in amazement at the bird's brilliant hues. "There is a story behind it," replied the bird seller. "This parrot was no different from the rest of its kind, but one day its droppings accidentally fell on a witch, who, in anger, cursed it that it looked so strikingly different from the other parrots that the latter would all shun it. However, she later declared that the curse would be reversed if the bird's owner fed it a certain food, the clue to which she gave in a riddle. Pale brown and white to make you fit, yellow and white to make you fat, a dash of red, a sprinkle of black, this is what will bring you back. Looks like sand, runs like water, hot and cold change their state. We are what improve the flavor to make a dish so fine in taste that children come to eat in haste." "I asked a few people, but no one has been able to solve the riddle yet," said the bird seller. "My wife enjoys riddles," said the merchant. "I'll buy the bird. It's the perfect present for her." The bird seller put the colorful parrot in another smaller cage and gave it to the merchant, who paid the man and headed home gleefully, thinking how delighted his wife would be to receive such an unusual bird with a riddle to solve. The merchant distributed the presents he had brought as soon as he reached home. The children were thrilled with their clothes and toys, as was his wife with the colorful parrot, especially when the merchant narrated the story behind it and recited the riddle. "What an unusual riddle," mused the merchant's wife. "But it should not be very difficult to solve." She thanked her husband for the bird and hung the cage in her bedroom balcony. "You are a beautiful bird, but I am sure you wish to return to your original form," she said to the parrot. The parrot looked at her and nodded, as though it understood what she had said. The merchant's wife was a methodical woman. She took a sheet of paper and a pencil and wrote down the riddle. Then she made a list of all the nutritious pale brown and white food products she could think of, all the fattening yellow and white food products she knew, and all the red and black seasonings. After she had finished making her lists, she considered the second part of the riddle. "Looks like sand" obviously refers to the brown, runs like water to the first white, and the yellow and second white change state in heat and cold. She ran her pencil down the lists, striking out whatever did not fit. Looking at the ingredients that remained, she smiled. "There are a few possibilities, but I think I know the right answer," she said to the merchant who had just entered the room. She went to the kitchen and started making something. A wonderfully fragrant aroma wafted through the house, and the merchant's children came running to the kitchen. "What are you making, Ma? Please may we have some?" they asked eagerly. "Wait and see, children. You may have some when it is ready," said their mother. "Well," she said to herself, "that's the last line of the riddle fulfilled." She put some of the food in the parrot's food bowl, and the merchant and his wife looked on eagerly as the parrot ate it up. A minute later, the brilliant colors dimmed, and the many colors merged to a single parrot green. The merchant's wife smiled at the parrot. "Return to your friends, dear bird," she said, and opened the cage. The parrot stepped out and bowed its head as though in thanks. With a slow flapping of its wings, it rose into the sky and vanished into the distance. "What is the answer to the riddle, wife?" asked the merchant. "It is very simple," replied his wife. "Pale brown and looks like sand brings suji to mind. White and runs like water is milk. Yellow ghee is solid when cold and liquid when hot. Similarly, white sugar is solid when cold, but when heated becomes liquid caramel. Red is saffron and black is cardamom seeds. And of course, children come running to eat it. It is suji halwa." The merchant congratulated his wife, and the whole family had the delicious suji halwa with puris for dinner that night. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and do subscribe to our channel by clicking on the subscribe button below the video. Thank you for listening.